So the other day I got off work early, and this is a good story. So if you want to hear some good gossip, hang tight. You're going to hear a really good story, and you're going to be amazed at the ending. So hold on. The other day I was leaving for Cracker Barrel, and I was heading home. I was all excited. I've been staring at that billboard for like a good month. I said, you know what? Tonight's the night. I'm going to get me some of that campfire chicken. It was good and hot. Sounded good. I got it. I'm going home. I'm all excited. Yeah, I'm going to eat this here in a minute. I set it over next to me, and I turned back around. I said, oh, I'm going to so devour you later. Oh, yeah. I'm all excited, right? I said, I want to devour you later. Well, I'm going on home, and I'm on I-70 to Indiana now. I'll take that every day going back and forth to work. But here's the thing. I saw this woman. She was sitting on the side of the road, broke down, it looked like, and she was like this on the side of the road. Now I said to myself, something's not right. I was like, I go on, and I think I'll be all right. To my I said, something told me stop. Why do I need to stop? You have to stop. I don't know why I needed to stop. I had a funny feeling that God's telling me something's going on. But I look over at that chicken, and I'm thinking to myself, man, I can't wait to eat that, and I want it to get cold. But I'm thinking to myself, I'm going to eat you, and I'm going home. But then I got a little further, and then I was like, man, I've got to turn around. All right, I'm going to get back to you later, and I'm going to see what's up. Turn around, went right back where that woman was, pulled up behind her, and I asked her if she was okay. She goes, actually, no. I said, what's going on? She said, well, I have 3 jacks under my car, and they fell over. She says the first one fell over and broke, second one fell over, and then the third one, it fell over too, and one or two of them broke. I'm like, oh my word. So I go up next to the car, and I look, and the front tire is to the ground. The front wheel's to the ground. The tire's not there because she was trying to take the tire off the car. I saw that. Okay. So I said, today's your lucky day. I happen to have a roadside assistant kit from Vevor. Okay. Now, Vevor gave this to me a while back. I used it for a promo. I was getting ready to get rid of it, but something told me to keep it in the car for a reason. Past few weeks, I've been running into people with flat tires a lot in Indiana. Indiana needs to fix your potholes, but that's another story. So I turn back around. I start jacking the car up for her. It's an electric hydraulic jack. You plug in a cigarette lighter and it works, right? Lift up the whole side of the car to get it up enough. While I'm doing that, 2 gentlemen in a Ford F-150 or F-250 shows up. They said, hey, man, y'all need some help? He goes, I didn't see her. I said, yeah, I was blocking her off so that people will go around us a little bit. I mean, I got a big F-150 myself, So I said, but they go, well, you need anything? I said, and he showed me his little impact. I said, dude, help, let's go. Let's get her off the road. I'm all about that, right? We get all said and done, get the car down. Tire looks kind of low. I said, hey, follow me to the next exit. And are you okay? She says, I'm fine. Thank you so much. I said, let's get everything put away for you. Let's get you off this road. And I said, let's get you down to the next exit. And let's check the air in that front tire you just put on. And she goes, I just literally got these tires and I blew that one. I said, hey, it's Indiana. It's pothole central. You're going to run into that. So be careful with the potholes. I mean, I've seen a few people, have some issues in that area. And the right side of the road is pretty bad in Indiana. The left side, not so much. Keep that in mind when you go through Indiana. Pothole central, bad roads, trying to do some crazy stuff, but that's another story. So turn back around, we get on over to the Casey's in Greencastle, Cloverdale, Indiana. I check her air in her tires. I use the air compressor, hit the card, just proceeded to check her. I wouldn't do anything different if it was someone I knew or didn't know. I'm going to take the time. I was just swiping my card, so you're good to go. Let's check all this real quick. Checked all the tires, and they were good, okay? Now, moral of the story is, I get talking with her for a couple minutes at the Casey's, and then I asked her, I said, you were praying for someone to come and rescue you, wasn't you? She says, yes. I said, well, God spoke to me today, and he told me to tell you he heard your prayer, because that's why I was here. God told me to turn around. I said, a matter of fact, I had some fire roasted chicken from Cracker Barrel next to me, and I was more about that in that particular moment. But something told me to stop. And she says, yeah, I was sitting there for 5 hours on the side of the road after all this happened. And she goes, I couldn't do nothing. I didn't even have a leg to stand on. She goes, I couldn't do anything. She says, and I found out later she was going to a concert. She made it to the concert. She's so happy that she made it to the concert. Matter of fact, I'm going to ask her if I could tag her in this video. I felt bad for her, that not one person stopped for 5 hours. Where has society gone in all these years? That's somebody's daughter, that's somebody's son out there stranded on the side of the road and need a tire change. And not one person stopped to help. In the past I've done that, but here lately I'm learning a lot about people. Some people just need help. Don't matter the situation, they need help somehow, some way. If it's giving them a word of encouragement, if it's just help them changing a tire. I've had 2 people in the past 3 weeks needed a tire change because they hit a chuck hole and blew their tire. And I got that little impact, that little jack and everything. It's helped some people. Little impact ain't worth a damn. I said, but I can tell you right now that little jack, whoosh, it's good, man. It's real good. I'm actually getting ready to put my impact gun in the truck so that I have it on hand when it happens again. But I'm going to tell you, this world has went to the pot, man. And someone along the way is still licking the stick from the shit pot. I'm just saying. Yeah, I said what I said. But we need to make time for each other. And I'm going to say this, is that before we had cell phones, before we had smartphones, I should say, people took time for each other. Now, it's not so much. They're believing all the craziness that they see and hear all over the news and stuff. And they're so scared to stop and help an innocent person trying to at least change a tire for themselves. And I look back at how those jacks were. If you're ever in the area, I'll show you how to properly use that jack, okay? Because I kind of figured you might have been putting on the floorboard and tried to jack it up and then went both times. And it wasn't a great area on the road where you were either. But the thing is that people don't make time for each other anymore. We're so disconnected. We need to show love and appreciation for each other. And there's a lot of that going on in my life. And I'm learning that I got a band of brothers are willing to look out for me now. They're my godly family. They're not my own family. My own family looks after me too a little bit. But I'm learning that with God all things are possible. He said himself. I could do all things through Christ who strengthens me. There is so much you can do if you believe in the situation. So when you have that gut instinct, like something in the pit of your gut telling you to do something, and you resist it, and it's something you could do good, and you resist, that's God speaking to you. Don't resist it. You never know. You might make a new friend along the way. That's somebody's brother. That's somebody's sister. That's somebody's mama. That's somebody's daddy. Whatever it may be, somebody's daughter. Think of it that way. Because you'd want that for you as well. 5 hours. Where's this world gone? And I'm just a crazy man that was just stopping on the side of the road, taking a chance and saying, you know what, I'm going to do this. I'm more worried about my chicken. I said, you know what, my fat ass can wait on that chicken. Somebody needs me today. I love you. Y'all have a great day.